Hello and welcome to this Warhammer 40k Killteam battle report. In this battle we'll be playing the ambush scenario from the narrative play missions. And Igor will be playing Deathwatch, and they will be the defender in this mission, and they will start in this area right here on the table. And I will be playing my Tyranids against that. And I will be the attacker, and I'll be on this side. We pre-decided the sides. Since as a defender you can take 20 points more, but Igor didn't bring an additional 20 points. He will start with an additional command point to this game. So for now we're going to do our the scouting phase, and then we'll be back. So for the scouting phase, we'll reveal what we have. I took 1 and Igor took 2. And I took scout out the enemy forces and Igor took plant traps. So I'm gonna work that out and then we'll be back. So to go through the armies, I'll show the Tyranids first. This Gene Stealer is going to be my leader. And then this warrior gunner, having a barbed strangler and scouting talents. The Gene Stealer leader has scouting talents and rending claws. The warrior gunner is going to be the heavy. The lictor with grasping talents, flesh hooks and rending claws is going to be the combat specialist. Then there's 4 termagants, Gene Stealer with rending claws and 3 hormagaunts in this list. It comes up to a total of 98 points for this game.
So for the Deathwatch, I brought my leader, Captain Dude. What's it called again? He has a Xeno Phase Blade and a Plasma Combi. Then the Black Shield has a Power Maul and Storm Shield. The heavy...
He's your combat specialist, I suppose.
No, sorry, he's a Zealot.
Oh, he's a Zealot, yes.
He is a Zealot. Then there is the Infernus Heavy Bolter.
Yes.
He is the gunner. Sorry, yeah, he's the gunner.
He's the heavy.
The heavy, sorry.
Yes.
Keep
Okay.
mixing it up.
No worries.
And then there is the demolitions expert who has the Deathwatch frag cannon.
Yes.
And then a normal veteran with a shotgun.
Okay, cool. And like I said before, because this is 97 points.
97 points.
But he has the option to take an additional 20 points, and he didn't have those, so we decided to for Igor to take an extra command point to start the game with. So Igor will start with 3 command points, and I will start with 2 command points with the Tyranids.
Yes.
Then it's on to deploy the scouting phase.
Scouting phase.
So Igor gets to plant traps in 2 buildings, and you can now appoint the 2.
It actually has to go secret and all that. I have to write them down.
Oh, you have to write them down.
It's all a surprise.
Yes, you wrote them down, I guess.
Sure.
Okay, you wrote them down. So, and I just get to set up a couple of models left during the deployment phase. So as for the victory conditions, the defending player needs to run off the table on the opposite side of the board. So that would be this side of the board with Igor starting there. With more than half of his kill team, so that means that once 3 of his models manage to get off the table on the opposite side, this side, he won. In any other case, after the 4th round, the attacker gets to roll a d6 to see if the game continues, but in all other circumstances, the attacker wins the game. So we're going to deploy our armies, and after deployment, we'll be back. So we have deployed. The scout out enemy forces appear to be quite a useless thing to take, but well, that's what you get if you don't read your missions, right? Igor had to start anyway, and here are all the Deathwatch deployed, and remember the 3 of the Deathwatch need to run off on the other side of the table. The Tyranids are deployed here. There's a Gene Stealer and 3 of the termagants. Then the leader and another termagant are there with the lictor And the warrior on top. And then there's 3 more Hormigons right there. And so we're going to move on now straight to the roll off for turn 1. You'll be my guest, and
That's a 5.
that's a 5. The other one is a 1. And then that's my roll. That's also a 5, so we're going to re-roll that.
A 6.
You have now 6 and 6. Wait 1 sec. So again, that's 4. Now watch me throw 4. Oh no, it's 9.
It's 1 4.
Yeah, this 1 4. That's absolutely right. Meaning I get to move now, so we'll be back after movement. So all these Tyranids moved up and into shooting positions, and on the other end the Gene Stealer moved into a bit better cover for now. The warrior readied, and the Lictor and the Hormigons moved up. The trap went off. There was a trap in the container, and it did. Well, you're not going to be surprised. It did nothing.
Sarcastic slow cap.
So it's on to the movement for the Deathwatch. So the Deathwatch movement turn 1. This guy moved a little bit to the left,
yes.
and this guy didn't. He readied himself, and that guy moved just around the corner.
He's going to advance. So.
Oh yes, he's going to advance. Yeah.
Yes.
So
A mighty
and he is going
8.
to 2 extra.
A mighty 8.
You know, if I was going to advise you anything,
Yes.
I would put him like right here.
Yeah,
That's a nice spot.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, actually, I do want to.
You do want to go in that
I
direction.
do actually.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go like slightly over there. There. And then
So he should be hitting really hard then, I suppose. So,
hopefully.
so and both these guys sitting back here, they both ready.
Yes.
So then it's on to the shooting phase, and we're gonna start off with the warrior, I suppose, because he readied as well.
Yep.
So at the beginning of the shooting phase, I'm gonna start with the warrior. I'm gonna use the more bullets stratagem to give him 1 additional shot on top of his D6 shots. So he is getting 5 shots in total. So the warrior is going to shoot his 5 shots into the
Black shield.
Black Shield. He is going to be hitting on force because he's within half range. And that's 2 hits, and he's strength 5. Oh, so that means wounding on 3s. 1 wound, and he gets a 3 up invulnerable save.
Nope.
Which he fails.
Of course he does.
And then the damage roll.
Oh come on.
He's taken out. Oh my god, it's going to be one of those games again.
It's always one of those games.
So the ready Deathwatch are going to fire now, and the Heavy Bolter is going to fire at this one, right?
Yes.
The front one, yes. And he's going to use the Hellfire rounds to be wounding on the 2 up.
Yep.
And he's going to need force to hit because of obscure, and he's within half range.
Yeah. So
3 shots.
3 shots. 1 on the guy on the back. 2 on the guy. On the
Oh
guy
yeah.
front.
So 1 shot on the back one and 2 on the front one.
Yes.
Hitting on force, wounding on 2s. Really,
Yes.
Igor?
Yes. Really.
What are you doing? Do you want to command point
Yes, I do
reroll
want
one?
to put a reroll. That's fine. So.
And now you're going to reroll on the back one.
Yes.
Yes.
See.
So
I like
2
my
hits now.
I like my chances. No
No.
ones.
Yes, 2s to wound.
Hey,
And you made both of them.
I do.
That's a minus God knows how many probably. Minus 2 or something.
-1 actually.
-1.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really matter. Because then I have no save left. If everything is... so you can go straight on to your damage rolls because they have a 6 up armor save.
Alright, incoming flesh wounds. That's 1 flesh wound for the front one. And
Yeah, and the other one dies.
Yes.
So the frag cannon here is going to fire at the warrior here. He's over half range and obscured, so he's going to hit on 5s, but he will be, because he's a demolition specialist, he will be wounding on 2s due to the strength versus toughness 7 versus 4, I believe.
Correct.
And the +1 on that one.
Yeah.
So
one.
that's 1 hit, and now a 2-up. And does he have any AP minuses?
I believe it's AP -2.
-2.
Yes.
So that leaves me with a 6-up save. Which I don't make, and that just costs the warrior a wound.
2 damage.
It's 2 damage. No, that's 2 wounds. So the combi plasma back there is gonna fire only the plasma section of his combi weapon. And it's gonna fire at the warrior as well, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the same thing. 5s to hit, and then 3s to wound for him. Because he's not the demolition specialist.
No, he's not.
He misses.
He's also very terrible at shooting.
So that's you can't, because you already
No,
used
I did,
one
yeah,
in
I
this
did.
phase.
Yeah, you're right.
Igor was thinking about using and cheating his way through with an extra command point reroll. So that's for shooting on -1 now, because he has a flesh wound.
Sure.
So that's going to be very hard to hit with. And I'm going to start with this one, and he will just fire at, well, let's take this dude, because he still has to fire as well. I'm over half range, because I only have 12 range.
Wow.
And you're obscured.
Sure.
That's quite obvious. So we'll be hitting at 6s. Now I think, this guy can only hit at 7s.
Wow.
So he's not going to fire at anything at all. Oh.
Hey, keep my cover there. Okay.
So this Deathwatch Marine is going to fire at him, and he has a shotgun.
He has a shotgun, and he has apparently a lot of fancy ammo I can use for this.
So he's going to use the Xeno something. The
Xenopurge slug.
Yes, and that on that Termagant there, this one, and he has a -1 to hit because I'm within half range. Otherwise, you couldn't use the ability you want to use.
Yep.
So it's hitting on force.
Nope.
No, 2 misses. And then on to the next Termagant, I suppose. This one.
Yeah. Can you see something?
So this Termagant is going to fire at the Deathwatch Marine with the heavy bolter. Over half range and obscured, so again, needing a 6 to hit. And no.
Yep.
So turn 2 roll off. 9, you need, nope.
Nope, that's 6.
So the Termagants moved up, the same as the Hormagants and the Lictor moved there. The warrior readied, and both Gene Stealers there, and the other one in the building here will be advancing. I'll throw for the one in the building first. He gets a 6, so he'll move 14.
Jesus.
The other one, he has a 5, so he'll go to 30.
Oh, only 13?
So the one Gene Stealer moved up here, and the other one is now there. And then on to the Deathwatch movement phase. So the Deathwatch, they all readied, except for the leader. And the leader there, he is going to advance.
Bravely advance.
Yes, no. 4, so that is a 10.
10. Bravely advance away from the enemy. I think it gets me like, yeah, easily gets me around on the corner there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna start off with the warrior shooting at the dude with the frag cannon right there. And once again, I'll be using the more bullets stratagem for 1 command point. So let's see how many shots the warrior gets. It's d6 plus 1. He gets 7 shots this time around. This is ridiculous. So 7 shots, hitting on 5s because he's within half range back there. But he is obscured from the warrior's point of view. That's 0 hits actually.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It's all 4s and 1s. In the different games it would have been a good roll.
That's
but
a good
this-
Yahtzee.
That's not this game.
It's a good Yahtzee or 2, yeah.
Yeah. So this guy is going to fire at the Termagant with the Hellfire rounds, but
The flame.
since he's also going to use the Flamer, and with that he'll target the Gene Stealer. But you'll be at -1 to hit because you use both weapons, I suppose.
That's a good question. Yes, I think I will.
Yeah, that should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you read it up?
Yeah, no, yeah, I just looked at it. Yeah.
So you'll be hitting on 4s with the heavy bolter,
Yes.
and then wounding on 2s due to the Hellfire round.
Yep.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, and now I'm winning on 2s.
I forgot to use something, but that's fine.
What did you forget to use?
An
An extra shot.
No, rival chapters tactic.
Oh.
Then I can reroll once or something.
Oh, but you didn't use it, so
You
it
know
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. You don't need to.
So those are for the. Yeah, I'll just keep rolling the.
Yeah, just try and kill him first.
2.
That's 2. It's -1.
Yes.
So well, you can.
Yes.
Yeah, then you get to roll 2 damage rolls now because he has 6 of armor save.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yep.
Yeah, he's dead.
The flamer.
And now the flamer for the Gene Stealer.
1 hit.
1 hit.
Wow.
That's strength 5.
That is strength 5 -1.
Yeah, so that's going to be 3 up to wound.
Yep.
That's a wound. And the Gene Stealer has a 5 up invulnerable save and armor save, so I'll.
Go ahead.
And he saved that. So the frag cannon is going to use the. What's its name?
Frag round.
Frag round. 2d6 hits, and he's targeting the middle Hormigaunt there.
Yes.
Yeah. And now we're going to see how many hits.
6.
6. The other one's a 4. I can't see.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And now you can allocate those hits among those 3 Hormigaunts.
I'll give 2 each.
2 each.
Yes.
Well, strength.
Strength 6.
6.
Yes.
Whoa. Wounding on 2s.
Yes. So 2 for the one on the left.
That's 2. It's a minus.
-1.
Yeah, that's no save. 2 damage rolls. He's dead. And the next one. And yes, 2 damage rolls.
5 and 4.
Oh, he's dead. And then the last one, 2. It was strength 6, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's 1 wound. He's toughness 3. And he takes a flesh wound.
He takes a flash.
So the Deathwatch with shotgun is going to fire at Gene Stealer. And he's going to hit at trees right now, because I'm within half range. And he's firing with this Xenopurged slug. So 1 hit on the 4. And now you're going to be strength 4?
Yes.
Yes, there's wounding on 4s, because the Gene Stealer is toughness 4. And that's nothing. And then all the other Tyranids can shoot, so I'll just quickly go through. I'll start with this one. We'll be firing at this one. Obscured, so hitting on 5s. Nope. Then that one, he'll be firing at that one, and he'll be hitting at 6 on 6s because of obscured, and he misses, and he has a flesh wound.
Yes.
So roll off for turn 3, and Igor needs to start walking towards the other edge right now, otherwise it's going to be hard.
I'll get there.
So yeah, you take the honors first. That's a 5, and what's the other one?
6.
Whoa, 11. Well, you get to go first because I only get 6.
Hooray!
So this one's going to just move, and this one is going to move as well. This one will be advancing, and this one will be charging, probably Gene Stealer, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. So you can start making your rolls then.
All right. I'll do the charge first.
Oh, the charge first. Yes.
Super exciting.
That's 5. We're gonna measure. It's gonna re-roll the 2 with a command point, and now he's in. You can just move in, so like that. So nice and cozy. Then onto the advance move. Yes. That's a 4.
Oh, that's 3. That's 2, 3.
Yeah, 2. So that's 4 then.
Yeah.
Up and down, and then 6. You can move 6. We'll get to like the door.
Yep.
Like that. Yeah. So end of the movement phase. This guy charged. He advanced there. He moved from there to there, and that guy advanced. No, he just moved, right? He just moved from back there. So onto Tyranids movement phase, and we'll be back after, or for the charge ranges and stuff like that. So near the end of the movement phase, this warrior readied. The Gaunts just moved around a little bit here to try and make it passing by them a bit harder. I'm gonna start with that Gene Stealer there, the leader. He's going to charge that dude. He's going to need a 6 to get in within an inch, and since he can't see him, he can't overwatch on him. And that's a 6, so he's in. Next to Hormagaunt there, he's going to advance. And he has a 3, and he has movement 8, so that's going to be 11. Making him able to move to right back behind this guy here. And then the Lictor, he's going to advance as well. And he gets an additional 3 inch on top of his 9, so he'll go 12. So shooting phase, the only model that readied is the Warrior, so I'm going to start off with him. And once again I'm going to use a command point for more bullets. So again he will have d6 plus 1 shots. And now he has 2 shots plus 1 is 3 shots. But I'm going to command point reroll the amount of shots into a 3, so it's 4 shots. The Warrior is going to fire at the dude with the heavy bolter here. He's within half range and not obscured, so he's going to be hitting on force.
Wow.
He misses everything again. So the heavy bolter and flamer combi thingy here is going to fire at the Lictor. The Lictor is obscured, so he'll being hit on a -2, and since he's the heavy, he's not going to get a -2 for moving. But since he's going to use both his weapons, he'll get an additional -1. However, Igor opts to use Dragonfire bolts to get a +1 to fire at obscured targets, and this is getting a bit much, but
it's like playing Pathfinder.
he'll be hitting at 5s.
Yes. Those aren't 5s. Oh, it's 1 5.
That's 1 5.
Good. All right.
Yes, and that will be hitting or winning on 4s, and that's not enough.
No.
And then for the flamer, which will have d6 shots.
Yes. That's 3 shots.
3 shots. That's strength 5, right? Yeah. It was strength 5 previous turn.
Yeah.
So winning on 3s.
Wow.
Wow. Do you want to command point reroll one of those?
Do 1 wound on them?
Yeah, it's not really gonna matter.
No, it's not gonna matter.
Your dude probably is gonna die now.
He's probably gonna.
So then on to the next thing that's going to shoot.
Yep.
So this Termagant is going to fire at that Deathwatch Marine. No penalties this time. Hitting on force. He hits. He wounds on force.
Ooh.
No.
Is this going to be the content?
So this guy is going to fire at him with a Wormrat shell.
Yes.
It's a d6 auto hits. 6. Well, that should probably do the job.
Oh, just watch it just go.
What's the strength?
The strength is 3.
Oh, that's winning on force then.
That is 1, 2, 3.
One.
That's the last one.
3, yeah. 3.
Yeah.
And
No AP.
no AP, so I get 6 saves.
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's kind of that's 2 fail. Reroll this one because it fell on the floor.
Hey.
That's also not good. So 3 damage rolls and probably be dead.
That's a dead one.
Because you get a +1 because you already splash wounded.
I sure do.
So that leaves the Lictor to shoot, and the Lictor is going to shoot at let's shoot at him because he's not obscured. Or are you always obscured when locked in combat?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, so well then he'll be hitting on 5s because he moved, he advanced. 2 shots, 1 hit, strength 6, toughness 4. So wounding on a 3, and that's not going to do the job. So the combat phase, before anything, I'm going to play Decisive Strike for 2 command points, and making me so that I can appoint 1 model that gets to attack first, and I appoint this model.
Can I play Decisive Strike as well?
You can have it as well because it's a normal one, and if you decide to pick it and play it on him, then we need to roll off.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Fuck it, he'll survive. He's a tough one.
He's a tough one. So then I'm going. Yes, you're going to leave it at this?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
So the G-Suit is going to be hitting on 3s with 3 attacks. and 1 hit. And he'll be wounding on force, he's strength 4. And obviously he's fighting with rending claws. And that's a 4, I'll show you, right there. And that should be at -1 AP.
So it's a 4 up?
Yeah, that's a 4 up.
That's 3.
And you didn't make that.
I sure didn't.
So let's go for a damage roll. And he's out of action.
In that case, I'll spend 2 command points.
Yes.
You will do only death does do the end.
Okay, so you're gonna attack back then.
Yes, and
Yes.
I'll get a final attack before I die.
Yeah. So you do your thing.
I will.
So he's going to do 1 final attack back then.
Yes.
3 attacks.
Yep.
Hitting on trees.
That's a 5 and a 5. That's and a 2.
Yeah. So 2 hits, and then strength 4. So the Xenomorph blade is strength 4.
Use
Yeah, that's strength 4.
Wow.
Wounding on 4. So that's no wounds.
That's no wounds.
So Igor spent another command point for reroll. So you need a 4 up.
Hey.
Yes. And
AP -3.
yeah, I have a 5 up invulnerable save, which I do not make.
Yay.
So you get to make a damage roll then.
5.
5?
Yes.
Yes. Then he's a goner,
And so is he.
and he's gone as well. So then that Gene Stealer still has to attack. He will be attacking with yeah, he'll be attacking with the rending claws as well. So hitting on trees, and he has 2 hits, and then wounding on force. No. You get to attack back. So the Marine has 1 attack back, hitting on trees, wounding on force. That's it. And that's a wound. And I'll take a save.
Ooh.
Which I make. So that's it for turn 2. No, 3.
3.
And then on to turn 4.
Yes.
So the Tyranids will be needing to make a break test. It's leadership 9. And I failed that one. How awesome is that? So I failed my morale check, but everybody's within 12 inches of the warrior, and he's synapse, or synapse. And therefore they all auto pass their
Nerf test?
nerve test, yes. So on to turn 4 then.
Yay.
Let's start with the roll off. I'll give you the honors first.
Of course. That's a 2.
That's so that means I automatically go first because you went first in previous
Yes,
turn.
if you roll a 2, you still.
Yeah, I'll roll anyway, but I
look at
got
that.
8, so I get to beat you. So the Termagant moved just a little bit, just to be in the way, and the Hormogon's gonna charge that guy with the flamer. What's that? Frag cannon, right? No, frag cannon is the other one.
It's a blah 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 blah. It's a Infernus Heavy Bolter.
Oh, the Infernus Heavy Bolt.
Yeah.
So I'll make my charge roll, and then I throw an 11. So then the flamer probably is going to overwatch him to bits and pieces. So
Yes.
just do the flamer first, and d6 shots for only 2.
Wow, that's 2.
But you're gonna be wounding on trees.
Yes. That's 2.
2 and -1, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's 2 damage rolls already.
Good. Yay.
Yeah, he's kind of dead. And then we have the Lictor, and the Lictor is going to charge into the frag cannon as well. Well, with a double 1, but he'll make it anyway. Not sure if I mentioned it, but Warrior readied once again. So Deathwatch movement. He moved through the building, and this guy moved up. He's going to try and move down this alley. The other one stayed there.
He'll be fine.
He'll be fine. So the shooting phase, I'm gonna fire with the warrior at this dude right here, and I'm going to use the extra ammo stratagem for 1 command point, so he gains an additional shot. So it's d6 plus 1, coming down at 6 shots in total, and he'll be hitting at force. He's doing better.
He's doing better.
He's strength 5 with a -1 AP.
Okay.
So wounding on trees, and you get a 4-up arm save then. That's 3 wounds, 3 4-up arm saves. be a good guy and fail a couple.
1.
Fail 1. So that's 1 damage roll.
Yes.
And that's a flesh wound.
Yay.
So the Termagant is going to fire at the dude inside the building. And he'll be hitting on force. And that's it. And he'll be wounding on force. And that's a wound. You get your 3 up army save, mate.
Wow.
But you fail, and I'm gonna make a damage roll. And let's see if the Termagant is going to be the killer of the game. He's not, you got a flesh wound.
Good.
So, this dude here is gonna fire at the warrior. You'll be at a -2 at least. Because you moved and it's...
Heavy.
Oh yeah.
And the flesh wound doesn't count because it is transhuman. Blah, 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 blah.
No, but he's still obscured.
Yeah, he's just good. Yeah. So it's only -1.
Yeah, and if you only fire the heavy bolter, not the flamer.
Yeah, but I think I will fire both. Because
And then the heavy bolter is at -2.
yeah, well actually isn't it an range range? Should.
So, he is going to fire at the warrior. He'll be at a -2 to hit for obscured and firing both the weapon options. And due to him being a heavy, he can move and fire without penalties with a heavy weapon.
Yeah.
The 3 heavy bolters hitting on was it on 5s?
5s.
Yeah, 2 6s. That's going to be enough. Now wounding on 3s. Strength 5, toughness 3.
1.
1. And that's minus
1.
-1. So then leaves a 5 up save, which I make with a 6. Then the flamer
3.
for 3 hits. Strength 5 as well, so 3's to
1.
only 1. That's a -1 as well.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't make that one, so you get to make a damage roll this time because it's last wound.
Yeah. He already has a wound, right?
No, he has 2 wounds, so he has only, this is the last one. Now he has a flesh wound.
Now he's a flesh wound.
So the Lictor will fire 2 shots in the dude he's in combat with. Hitting on force. 1 hit, strength 6. So wounding on 3s. No, he's not going to do anything. And then the guy inside the building, he gets to shoot as well. You're going to shoot at the gaunt, I suppose.
Yeah, with the auto hit stuff again. So
Yes.
Salty 6. 6.
6 hits. Or 6, yeah, and auto hitting.
Yes.
So 6 hits, and now
Strength 3.
so that's wounding on force.
2.
So no AP, right?
No AP.
No AP, so that's a 6 up save for the gaunt. Which he fails, so you get to do 2 damage rolls.
Dead.
And he's out. So the combat phase, the Lictor is going to strike first since he charged. Since he's the combat specialist, he gains an additional attack, bringing him up to 4 attacks. And he'll be hitting on 2s and wounding on 3s. Strength 6, toughness 4.
Yes.
And he'll be doing all his attacks with his grasping talents.
Of course, yeah.
So, all hit. And 2 wound. And that's a -1. Yeah,
Alright.
-1. So 2 4-up arm saves. Which you both make.
See?
And now the Gene Sealer gets to strike.
Yeah.
And he'll be hitting on 3s and then wounding on 4s.
Yep. 2.
That's 2. Yeah, he's I should have mentioned before, but he's attacking with his rending claws. Yeah. So 4s. That's 1 4 and a 3.
Yeah.
That's a -1.
See?
And you make it.
It's gonna be fine. No.
So he's going to attack back into the Gene Stealer with 1 attack. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s.
3.
That's a hit. Now wounding on 4s, that's a wound. And I make the arm save 5 up. Which I fail. And he is out. So, onto the morale phase. I'm gonna do another test to see if my dudes are getting broken. My highest leadership skill is 9. And this time I roll an 8. So, nothing really matters. In case I would have failed, they would all pass their nerve test.
Well, you're already broken.
Oh yeah. So well, but they So
Yeah.
this wasn't necessarily because they already
exactly.
they auto passed their nerve test.
However, I do have to roll now because 2 of my dudes and flesh
No,
wounds.
that's not more than... Oh yes!
2 flesh wounds and 2 dead out of the 5. That is under 8. Oh, get off it.
Oh, that was broken as well
That
now.
was broken as well. Good.
So,
Good.
good. Now you need to take some nerf tests.
Can I reroll this?
Yeah, you can reroll one of them. You had 2 fights, so...
Fuck it. Come on. Come on. Give me like a 2 or
That's still a 9.
Still
That's
a
still
9.
not good.
Still not good.
So the nerf test for the Deathwatch. Leadership 8, and he has a -4, so he needs to roll a 4 or lower.
That's a 6.
He fails. He is now shaken.
Not stirred. That one.
Then this one, yeah,
1.
he passes.
Yay.
And then the one inside the building right back here.
2.
That's kind of hard to see.
Yeah,
on the
okay,
two. But it was a 2. It's okay. No, it's okay. No, because now you fail. He passed. So it's the end of turn 4. So we're gonna roll to see if we continue for another turn. On a 3 up, we will play turn 5.
That is turn
And that's
5.
a 6. So we're gonna play turn 5. Yay. So initiative turn 5. Yeah, you do the honors. It's a 4, the 6, and I get 10, so I get to go first. So end of movement phase for the Tyranids was quite short. Obviously, the warrior readied, and that's it. On to Deathwatch movement phase. So this guy is going to advance to try and get off the table, needing a 1 or a 2. No, needing a 2, right? And then he was off.
I don't know. It was a 2. Yeah, it was a 2.
Yeah, he's off. So, and the other one, he can just make it with his normal movement. He's pretty close to the edge already. So it's all going to come down to this little fight here.
Yeah.
So because the 2 Deathwatch guys ran off the table, there's only 1 left. So there will not be any shooting. So the lictor gets to strike onto the opponent. Same thing as the previous turn. He'll be hitting at 2s and wounding on 3s. He's going to attack with the grasping talons. That's 4 hits. Now wounding on 3s. That's 3 hits, and because I have him, I'm going to command point re-roll the last one, hopefully getting another 1. But I did get a 1. So 3 saves -1. You fail 1. And that does 2 damage, so I get to roll 2 damage rolls. And he's out.
There you go.
And that ends the game right here, because more than half of the Deathwatch team fell to the Tyranids. So, Igor,
Yes.
again, what was your most valuable player this game?
In body counts, it had to be the frag cannon. Also because I just love doing that move, the like big wipe in one go.
Yeah.
But also the leader with the glorious only in death does do the end, where he stab back the Gene Stealer.
He had an heroic moment there, charging the Gene Stealer and then killing it in the
He
end.
sure did. I think I should have used the decisive strike just to get the roll off. I guess like it's good, but it also leads to another randomized moment, and if you know,
Yeah, well, I think it could have saved that. It could have saved your leader actually.
It could have, but
Because I pulled it because I knew my lictor charged.
yeah.
So therefore I pulled that one, so make sure the Gene Stealer gets to strike first, and then the Gene Stealer luckily killed your dude. Well, you got to strike back anyway, and then you killed the Gene Stealer. Yeah, when you're that frag cannon, that's one nasty thing.
I love using that frag.
I was so afraid charging it again. I was thinking, well, maybe I should charge with the lictor. He has the best chance of surviving, but also he was standing nicely out in the open, so the warrior could shoot at him.
Yeah, the Gene Stealer pinning him down was the good move. That was the something I didn't see coming actually. I had different rule set in my head. I was thinking of Infinity, where you can where you have different points of measurement. It's a completely different system, but that's like that was in my head at the time.
That he came around the container right there,
Yeah,
instead
exactly.
of on top, over the top of it.
Well, yeah, but like also because you can't overwatch if you don't see the target.
Yeah.
Like that. I was like, oh.
That was the whole reason why I moved him there in the first place,
Yeah.
and why I moved all the combat units there. But you didn't. You decided not to move to me, so I had to show him to you before I could actually do something. Yeah, coming to my man of the match, that's I think it's him, because
Warrior.
even though he didn't do that much damage, his first shot was actually the only shot in which he killed something. I think he was a very scary thing up there.
Yeah.
And because I offered so many targets at a certain point, you had serious issues with even picking him as a target anymore.
Yeah, well, true, and I think if I would have gone for him, the close combat guys would have had me.
Yeah.
But I would like to see what would happen if the whole broken thing would have kicked off two turns earlier because of him. Because you're signing.
Yeah, because if you would have killed him, I would have been in trouble with the nerf test, because
Exactly.
let's quickly check the Lictor and the Gene Stealers are leadership 9, but the Gaunts are only like 5.
Yeah, but then the synapse kicks in as well, like the so -1 to like hidden.
Yeah, and having to and then the basically the game starts to decide who I'm going to charge and who I'm going to shoot, and I'm not in charge of my models anymore.
Yeah,
Then,
exactly.
so
That would have been.
that would have been pretty different. I'm absolutely sure of that. It's also it sets me to think that maybe a second one would be better. Maybe even get the Lictor out and get a second warrior in for that.
Yeah, just to keep the synapse going if it fails.
Yeah, and even though the second one can be a gunner, but so it can be a heavy, but I think one with a Devourer and some talents as well, or maybe a Lash with Bone Sword combo would be a nice one.
Yeah.
I'll see.
Yeah, I think in this list for me, maybe if you like scenarios like this, maybe a sniper bolter.
Well, one thing's for
evolve.
sure, that you would have been better off with the 6th guy instead of the
Definitely
extra
definitely.
command point, clearly. For the mission outcome, it would have been nothing different, because you still would have needed to get 3 guys off the board.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
But you managed to get 2 off, and the last one I only barely managed to kill. So if you had one more guy, you would have more shots. You'd probably have killed a Gene Stealer extra or something, and that Gene Stealer wouldn't have hurt something. So
yeah. It would have probably been like an extra close combat guy for added mix up, or like if you want to make this like a stupid list, then like a Stalker Bolter for him basically for the warrior.
Yeah.
That would have been.
Because the game was actually closer than I expected it to be at when we started.
Yeah, me too.
So we're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. If you're still watching, then that is obviously. And see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.